and I'm here with the theater director, Missy Marquart, and two of the stars, Abby Deptula and Ben Croft. How are you doing today?
Excellent.
Good.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us on See You at the Show. I've never covered a St. Thomas More show before,
Yay.
and I've heard good things about this one. So, Missy, what can you tell me about Puffs?
Puffs is hilarious. It ran off Broadway for a number of years, and I read it about a year ago, and I was like, we need to do this show. This is a show for us. And so...
Are you a Harry Potter fan?
Yeah, I'm a Potterhead.
But I take it you've never seen the show Puffs perform before?
No. There's a film version that's available for rent on Amazon, but I have resisted the temptation to watch it because I didn't want it to influence the way we stage this show. And maybe I'll watch it after. I don't know. But
Ben and Abby, has the cast refrained from watching the movie, to your
No.
knowledge? No?
I watched it. I know one of the other girls watched it. Like, she kept renting it, and she rented it so much it got to the point where she just bought it.
So I take it she liked it.
Yeah,
And did you like it?
I did.
Great. And are you both Harry Potter fans?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
Read every book?
I haven't read all of them.
Seen every movie?
Yes.
Okay. So this is not the story of Harry Potter, though, Puffs. So
correct.
how is it different than seeing Harry Potter, the play?
Well, for one, this is very different because it's not really about Harry. It's about people who were also there. and people who normally get the short end of the stick, the Puffs, the Hufflepuffs. And yeah, traditionally they're kind of poo-pooed. They're like last place all the time. And
So do the characters in Puffs appear at all in the
yes.
movies and
Yeah,
books,
and in
even
the
by the
books,
same
yes.
name?
Yes.
Okay.
And they are characters that live in the Potter universe. And we have kids in the show that are kind of our resident Potter experts. And so I would ask, like, Samantha, what is this person for real? Because it's been a number of years since I've read the books, and I haven't religiously watched the films. So if I had a question, I'd be like, oh, hey. And they're like, yes, this person really truly exists in the universe of Harry Potter. And I was like, okay, cool.
And so do the rules and timelines match up with what actually happens in the books?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And so that will be very neat for a fan of the series and of the books to watch and know and be able to tell from your arc what the arc of the story is also.
Yes.
Right. And in fact, we have 4 narrators who also kind of walk us through that. And they go book 1 through 7. So
Are they announced that way? Of
yes,
what book?
Yes. They're like year 1. And then we go through year 1 through year 7. And then also the epilogue 19 years later.
Okay, so Puffs at St. Thomas More, and it opens tomorrow night. And how many shows are there?
There are 3.
Are they all evening?
Yes. 7
Okay.
o'clock. Doors open at 6:30.
Okay.
And join us for some fun.
The stage looked great.
Oh, thanks.
And so it comes, did you build it out, or does it always
Yes.
come out like that?
Yeah, we have those platforms. Those come out, and we build those out.
Everything.
Yeah, we use a
Yeah.
platform for
Absolutely everything.
And we have the stage set out because when we're immediately finished with this, we go right into staging for our madrigals feast.
Right.
And then we go right into tech for that. So I designed the set, so we will use the platforms. Then those platforms stay that way for madrigals, and then they disappear. They get stored backstage.
So I come to your madrigals every year. So just so I can note myself, when are madrigals?
December 13th and 14th.
Okay, great. And are you going to be at madrigals, Ben?
I am going to be.
Are you going to repeat as king?
I am.
Wait, you just got cast?
I just got confirmation.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so tell me about your role in Puffs as Wayne.
Wayne Hopkins, one of the only Americans at the school. That being the case, he has a very unique perspective. He is from the middle of nowhere, New Mexico.
Okay.
He is very, very ambitious. From the very second he steps foot at wizard school, he wants to do amazing, big, crazy things. Wayne can sometimes get in his own way. He tries and fails. Yeah.
And that's part of being a puff.
It is.
Failing all over the place.
And so you found out is there a backstory about how you found out you had magic?
There is a very brief explanation.
Okay.
It's that's part of the mystery of Wayne's character.
And the way that you're
I
kind of
think
holding
it's
back a
just that,
smile,
like-
it's a funny brief explanation.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And you have a four-eyed nemesis, is that right?
I do.
So are there special effects to make the four-eyed nemesis? Or do we ever even see the four-eyed nemesis? There are secrets in the show, audience, so I'm not going to get much out of them, I don't think. Okay, well, I did my research, so I'm just hitting on my talking points. And so, Abby, you have the role of Megan Jones. Who's
Yes.
Megan?
Megan is, she comes from a long line of wizards, and her mom actually worked for the Dark Lord Voldemort, and she looks up to her mom a lot, and she wants to be just like her. And she has a long history of puffs in the family, but because her mom was different, she wants to be different. So throughout the whole show, it's like a self-discovery of like who she actually is. And it's a lot of fun to watch her evolve. Like, I was reading the script the first time, and I was like, she would be so fun to play. This was before I got cast. I was like, she has so much character development that it'd be so fun to just like get to know the character and like just evolve as her and just get to know who she is.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I read an interview with the playwright, Matt Cox, and he said that ultimately the show is about growing up, going to school, trying to make friends, and dealing with personal identity and relationships. Does that sound like what your character goes through also?
She goes through a lot of different phases. So she tries almost everything in the show. And it's a lot of fun to see what she tries. I'm not going to give too much away. But she just tries to figure out who she is and who she wants to be, and if who she wants to be is who she is supposed to be.
Sounds very riddle-ish almost. Is this the biggest role that you've had in a show before,
It
Abby?
is. Yeah,
And are you a sophomore or a junior?
I'm a sophomore.
Okay. Well, great. I know you've been doing a lot of behind-the-scenes theater stuff.
Yes.
And so I'm glad that that's not all you're going to be doing. So I'm looking forward to seeing you up there.
Thank you.
How many people are in the cast?
We have 24, I think, 24, and
Wow.
that's huge for here. We normally, 24 is normally who we have, as many as we have in a musical. Like anybody who came out for the show, I wanted to cast them because I also didn't want to turn anybody away. And so we have some invented roles, and there are like a jillion roles in this, a jillion characters in this play.
Well, I saw
So-
in the Broadway one, I think it said that there were 11 that played nearly 30 characters.
Right. Yes.
So you had some room to work with who
Yes.
gets double cast and
Yes, and we have a couple people who are multiple characters in this show, and various accents and wigs and quick
so
changes.
various
Lots of fun.
accents. Are there accents other than British accents?
Yes, we have Scottish. I don't know what else James pulls out, but he has
So many.
Yeah, he has. It's like a little accent jukebox,
Fun. Is there any music in the show?
Yes, we have 5 pieces written by our Cedric, by Callum Beckett. He wrote 5 original pieces for this show, and then we have, some other interstitial pieces of music that people may know. But I'm really proud of the things that Callum put together for this. They're really beautiful and fit very well into the show.
Does he play the guitar for them, or how is the music?
I think he does play guitar. He's a multi-instrumentalist, so I'm sure I don't know how he put it all together. It's magic.
What about costuming? Did you go very elaborate or minimalist?
No,
in
we
that
try
department?
to keep it as fairly minimal as possible. It seems to be, I love shows where it has a DIY feel to it. And so a lot of this, like, they're in costume now. Like, they're wearing street clothes. And with the exception of, like, the school uniform, which is a Hufflepuff tie, their school colors, yellow and black, and then they'll wear a cape. And everybody made their own wand, and so we keep it fairly minimal, but there are a ton of quick changes. So various characters pop in with various wigs and change things out, and we have like one character she has like a quick change that is done in a snap. And that's all like hats and...
Has the wand making been competitive at all, like with blinging them up and being creative, or
No,
not?
we've all been really supportive of just like what people come up with. We had someone help like design them and like help decorate them a lot, and she was really good at it. But whatever someone came up with, like, I finished my wand, I was so proud of it, we were all like, yeah, it looks really good. So we weren't trying to like top anyone. It was just whatever you came up with.
And that's the total puffiest thing. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like, 'cause the puffs are really all about being super supportive, and they just care about everyone. You know, they are so accepting, and they get such a bad rap. And they're really like, Noelle and I were talking about this at lunch one day. We got each other at the microwaves, and we were talking about this, and that the puffs, as much as they get a bad rap, like in like the Potter universe and stuff, they really are like the best house, because they are so warm and open and loving to everyone. I mean, they greet everyone with a great big huge genuine hi, and
Which you see many times in the show.
Is that how
Yeah.
they're also, the one kind of trailer that I saw from the Broadway version was when they were all meeting each other for the first time.
Yeah.
And then they gave, no matter how ridiculous or awkward their introductions were, or if
Yep.
they were copying off of the person before them or whatever, it was just like maybe awkward pause, but then like, so happy,
Yeah.
you're one of us.
Yeah, yeah. And that was like what happened with the wand making. Everybody was just doing their own thing, and they'd show, hey, here's my wand. It was like, hey, that's super cool, or, one of our other like set crews, she was helping make things, and then everybody else like, ooh, Grace, would you help me with my wand? And she's like, yeah, sure. And, ultimately, like, we should all aspire to be a puff. We really should.
They're the best of everything.
Exactly.
They don't know how to not be happy.
So is there a decent buzz among the students to see the show, would you say? Are you going to get a good turnout of your classmates?
I think so, because we've all been writing it on boards in classrooms, and just people who I have classes with who honestly I don't think are going to come see the show. They're like, yeah, I'm going to come see it. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. So I think we're going to get
so.
a decent turnout.
Well, that's great, and I'm sure that most of the St. Thomas More students listen to see you at the show 5:30 on Thursday on WEFT. So we will get people out, and we'll do our best for you, and we'll post all about it on social media too. So thanks for joining us, and good luck. Have a great run, break legs, and I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so
All
much.
right, bye-bye.